check I agree. You go down, you'll fill in your last name, first name, all this junk. It's very important. You put Linder Road, Church of Christ on the congregation name, Meridian, and then Idaho. When you click Send Application, within 24 to 48 hours, you'll get an email back. And it will direct you to what is called the student board. And we're going to show you that, where all your students are. So, let's go to org. Actually, let's just go back. Okay. The hub, that's the home page. Okay? And we're going to move over. Is this my site, Rich? Where's Richard? Is this my site? I see Buckingham Road. Okay. I don't want quick links.
WorldBibleSchool.net.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just go up. It's right there. You need my eyes?
No.
There's WorldBibleSchool.net.
Yeah, I know. We've already been there. Oh. I wonder why the main board is not here. This is going to be fun, folks. You're going to enjoy this class. I want to see something. Whoops.
You
What?
didn't say origin.
Well, where is the main board? Okay, I know how to do it. I want you to notice on the screen, you have 3 boards. See, here's WBS Student Board. Buckingham Road Church of Christ, that's my congregation. Now, when you log in, it will say Linder Road Church of Christ. Now, don't worry about remembering everything. You're going to have a migraine when I get done this morning, okay? And I do want you to come, if at all possible, at 4:30 this afternoon. Because what we're going to do at 4:30, we're going to do 3 things. Number 1, we're going to just give you some examples of how churches have used Connect in a local setting. We're talking about Meridian. We're not talking about, in Africa, for example. Then we're going to be hooked to the internet, and if you need me to, hey, show me again the student board, or show me again X, Y, or Z, we'll do that. And then we'll answer any questions you have. So let's go to the first board, which is the WBS student board. Okay, this has every man and their mother that is looking for a teacher. Okay? This is everywhere in the world. And for example, you'll notice you have the name of the student. They're an English speaker. This one's from the Philippines. They registered 5 days ago. And this one's only 11 years old. Okay? And you can scroll down, and you're going to see Pakistan and Haiti and Nigeria and India. And if you went far enough, you'd find Illinois and Arkansas and all over the world. Okay? You're going to find all those. When you want to, okay, I know what I'm going to do. So that's the overall student board. You can adopt any one. And adopt is how you become a teacher. I'll get back to that in a minute. So let's go to Buckingham Road Student Board. Yours would say Linder Road. The Linder Road board, or in this case the Buckingham Road board, you cannot see this on your computer. Only my congregation can see this. These are our students. These are people who signed up for us. Now, when you get a student, I want you to notice something. You see where it says encourage and adopt? You notice this encouraged by Kendra Polk from Louisville, Texas, has a check mark by it. Notice that she has received 3 notes of encouragement. That's the maximum we give. Now, I didn't set this up, okay, but you're not going to send 5 notes of encouragement. And this would be from many different teachers. Once they get 3 notes of encouragement, they're maxed out. We won't encourage them anymore, okay? That sounds bad, I guess, but it's not. But notice here, under Anthony Henry in Dallas, notice there's a heart there. Well, look, he has 2 notes of encouragement. So we can click this, and we can send a note to him. Now, Dave, where's Dave at? Are you in here? Okay, wherever he is. Okay, he asked me yesterday, what do you write in here? Whatever you want to write. I'm going to send him, he wanted me to give him an example. I'll put something like, Dear, what's the name? Dear Anthony, you know, I'm so glad you've visited the World Bible School website. World Bible School is a 100% Bible-based series of Bible lessons that will help your spiritual growth. I hope you will begin these lessons in Christ Gym Corner. Something like that. Don't worry about, I have to write, you know, one particular thing. You're just trying to encourage them to get involved in teaching. Now, let's say you decide to adopt Anthony. You will click Adopt. Come on it, computer. Okay, notice what's up on the screen. The student has not completed the first lesson and may be less likely to communicate than a student who has completed the first lesson. Your role will be to introduce yourself to the student and send encouragement to study. Are you sure you want to adopt this student? Okay, I'm going to give you an opinion, and this is an opinion. This is what we did at my congregation. Here's how Linder Road will fund this. You will pay no money for any advertising or anything. World Bible School does the advertising. We're on all kinds of search engines. And so someone wants to study the Bible, and they'll type in free Bible study. We'll pop up. Now, we won't be the only one to pop up. You know, there'll be other ministries. But if they go to us, when you adopt a student, it will cost $5. That will come out of the Linder Road kitty. And we'll show you in a minute how that works. $5. For every lesson they complete, it's 50 cents. So if your student completed all the lessons, there's 7, it costs $8.50 total. The $5 initial, then the $3.50 for the 7 lessons. Now here's my advice. I don't adopt anyone who has not completed the introductory lesson, and here's why. And we learned this the hard way at my congregation. I'm the coordinator, and I went back, and since January, we had spent $800 for students. But I knew, man, we haven't had that many students. And what was happening was a bunch of our teachers were adopting people who had not completed the introductory. And the sad thing is, many people, and I don't know why, and only God knows the answer to this, but many people who will sign up, they still will never do a lesson. So my advice is don't adopt someone who has not completed the introductory. Now, if you want to, you can. And so what I would do, I just come here and I hit cancel. If I hit yes, adopt, then that student leaves the student board, and that's that. Okay. It'd go on, it would go on my board. Thank you. Okay. See where it says traditional campaigns? Here's where Connect is going to work for you locally. Up on the screen you see Discover the Word. Okay, that is our Buckingham Road. That's the name of our URL. We chose it. You can choose anything you want to choose. Okay? When you sign in, because I've talked to Dave already, you don't have a URL. There'll be nothing up there. It'll just say Linder Road Church of Christ. And I don't know how good your eyes are, but up at the upper right it says New Traditional Campaign. And so you would just click this. Really, only the coordinator. Don't everybody do this. Okay? One person needs to do this. You need to figure out, okay, here's the name we're going to give to our campaign. And you'll enter the campaign name. Look at study type. You can have web and postal. You can do web only, postal only. I do both. That's your call. I would leave it in English. And then you will simply go down and you'll say create campaign. And now you will have your own campaign. And anyone who goes to where you're at, only you can see it. Just like you can, you can't see my stuff, that is Buckingham Road, they can't see yours. Okay, web ad targets. Now I talked to Dave, and Dave's already set this up. This is a radius. Now what we did, we took our church building as the focal point, and we went out on a 25-mile radius. If I remember right, Dave said yours is 50 miles, but whatever it is, you set it up. Now, you already have one, but let's say that you wanted to change the radius. Let's say after a while you think, well, you know what, 25 miles is either too much or not enough. You can go back in here and you can change it. It's no big deal. I mean, that's not anything to lose any sleep over. Okay, notice my congregation, we have $238 in our kitty right now. So if we adopt a student, $233. If they commit, do a lesson, it'll be $230, $250. Otherwise, it'll just come off. Your coordinator will get an email when you get around maybe $10 or $20 saying, hey, you're in trouble. You know, you need to add some money. And so you just click donate. And you choose the amount. I think, in fact, I know the number goes from $10 to $1,000. Now, anyone can donate. If you as an individual think, I want to give $25. Now, this $25 does not go to World Bible School. It goes to the Linder Road Church of Christ, to your Connect program. Now, the credit card number up there on the screen, that's Buckingham Road. That's our church credit card, because I handle this. And so every so often when our amount gets down, I put $200 in. And off we go. If you want to personally donate, you would hit add card. You'd put in your credit card. Voila, you're off to the races. And so that's how your personal, the Linder Road board works. You have a third board. There's 3 boards. There's the World Bible School board. That's every man and their mother, okay? There's the Linder Road Church of Christ. There's only people who you're going to deal with. We'll show you how you're going to get them both today, well, it'll all be today, both this morning and this afternoon. But I want you to notice under Student Board, see where it says gym-corner.worldbibleschool.org? When you sign up as a teacher, you don't have to do this. You will automatically have your personal campaign. So if Richard Sutton signs up, he will have richard-sutton.worldbibleschool.org. That's his campaign. And no one but him, just like, okay, the World Bible School Board, everybody sees it. The Linder Road Board, only the congregation sees it. The personal board, only you see it. And so, for example, on mine, now, Tester student is not a human being. My daughter-in-law just put that in, okay? But now, Arlene Pillay, or however you pronounce her name, I'll call her Pele, and she's not here to tell me I'm wrong. Now, you may say, well, now, Jim, you said this is for local, and she's in South Africa. And South Africa ain't nowhere near Texas, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, how in the world did I get her? Well, notice up, it says share via Twitter. Now, I don't know anything about Twitter, but I do know Facebook. And see, share, does it say via? I can't read from here, whatever it says, via Facebook. And so what I did 2 weeks ago, I went on Facebook. And I said, boy, if you'd like to study the Bible with me, I'd be happy to do so. And I gave jim-corner.worldbibleschool.org. And that went to all my friends. But guess what? All my friends can then share that. And so I don't know who it was, but one of my friends shared that. And so I've got a student in South Africa. Now, y'all are the reason why I haven't adopted her yet. Because I wanted you to see this. It's all your fault. So we're hoping that the Lord doesn't come back today or tomorrow, okay? Because Tuesday, I'm going to adopt her, okay? But the point is, you could never see her unless you went into my site. She is mine and mine alone, okay? Now, notice over here on the right, you have filters. This would be all students. Web would be only internet students. Those who completed the introductory lesson. I don't know why World Bible School does not remove email, because we don't have it anymore. We used to did, okay? But we don't. And then postal. Now, I know I'm going to forget some stuff today, but this is really important. I know yesterday I was talking to, okay, let's see, Dick and Beth. Is that right? Okay, are they here? Oh, there they are. Okay. Dick said that he was going to do internet, correct? And Beth said she's going to do postal. Okay. If you decide, I want to do postal. I don't want to mess with internet. No problem. Still sign up as a teacher. Here, let me tell you why. The board, the WS student board, you're going to have access to students that even the people down in Texas don't know at World Bible School. So even if you never intend to be an internet teacher, you can still sign up. And then what you will do is, if you want a postal student, you'll just come down here and hit postal. Now, I'm not going to show you that on here because I don't have any postal students. But let me show you on the World Bible School student board. So I go down here, whoops, and hit postal. See, all of these, every one of these students wants to study by postal mail. Every one of them. So even if you intend, so otherwise, I would say to Beth, sign up as an internet teacher. Even if you never intend to teach anybody on the internet, sign up anyway, because you'll have access to this board. That's the reason. That's the reason. Okay. Have I confused you enough already? All right. Is your head already spinning? Okay. It's going to get worse. Okay? So hold on to your pew. It's kind of hard to hold on. Well, hold on to the front of your pew. Okay. So now, let me look. Where are we at? Okay, we're okay. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If it says waiting, they've not been adopted. Yes. Okay. These are my students. I'm going to show you my students. And I'm going to just look at one of them to show you how this works. Paul Rager, okay, he's one of my students. See, it says assignments. It's pretty small print, but if you click that, this will tell you everything he's done. Now, here's another difference between postal and internet. On the internet, you don't grade anything. It's graded for you. You're going to get an email that says you have a student that's completed a lesson. And when you go in there, it's graded. Where on postal, you grade it with the grading key. Another difference is that with internet, you don't even assign lessons. They pick them off the internet. Your student does. Now, this student, if you can see that, God bless you, but he made 95% on the way. That's the first lesson. That's the introductory lesson. He made 100% on the first lesson of God has spoken. That's the second series of lessons. But notice on God has spoken through the prophets, there's a check mark. That means he started it, but he hasn't finished it. You just know that. Now, Richard asked me last night, because I showed him and Lori this stuff, and another good news is because Lori was there, not because of Richard, because he doesn't know very much, but Lori does. She's a pretty smart girl, and so she knows all this, okay? And Dave is a great resource, and I talked to somebody at I've already forgotten the name, who's done this. You have some people, I think 6 people are doing internet. They're great resources. Oh, notice at the end of each lesson, see it says certificate, the way certificate. All you just click that. You don't send anything. It will come over the internet. When Paul finishes, God has spoken of mercy, I will do 2 things. Number 1, I will click God has spoken certificate. That's all I have to do. Like I said, you're not going to mail anything. This is all internet. And then you will unlock the next course. Until you unlock it, he can't do it. He can't see it. He has no access to it. And we found out some of my teachers at Buckingham Road were messing up, and they weren't unlocking courses, and they said, I haven't heard from my student in forever. And so I got on and I looked and said, well, yeah, they haven't heard from you because they finished God has spoken and you didn't unlock this is good news. And so you have to do that. Okay. What else do I want to show you here? Back to Paul, because I'm not done with Paul. Okay, messages. I'm not going to flip to that. It's just messages between me and him. Okay? Timeline is a chronological order. To me, they're doing things twice, but I didn't set this up, and so that's the way it goes. See where it says hide? Okay, here's what I do with my students. I check regularly, and I see, well, I haven't heard from Paul in a month. So I'll type in email. And always be nice. Not that you wouldn't be, but don't say, hey, what's up with you, boy? I mean, you don't care about the Bible. Don't do that. Just say something like, haven't heard from you in a while. Hope everything's going well. I hope you begin the lessons again, resume your lessons, and hit send. After I've done that like 3 times, and I'm getting no response from Paul, I'm going to archive him or hide him, okay? And all I'm going to do, and just watch your screen, when I hit hide, he went away. But he's not deleted forever. Let's say tomorrow he writes me and I get a lesson from him. See where it says hidden? You click hidden. See, there's Paul. It says show. I click show. I come over to all. He's back. You can't. In fact, if I wanted to delete Paul, I couldn't do it. If I was mad at him or whatever, I'm tired of you, boy. No, I can't get rid of him. But the point is, the reason why I archive or hide him is I don't want a student board this long that has a bunch of people that I'm not teaching and they're not active. But once again, that's your call. This junk down here, is Lance in here? Aha, hello. Oh, hello, Lori. So you're backsliders, wow. Okay, anyway, people like Lance, who are high techies, they're going to get all this sort of stuff. I don't understand half of it, and even if I did, it's not worth our time to go over it. But like I said, you can look at that on your own. Okay, so That's the main thing. You have 3 student boards. You have the World Bible School Board that has everybody on it in the world. And you can pick from that. And you can adopt a student from that. You will have the Linder Road Church of Christ Board. That's only your folks. Okay? Buckingham Road can't see it. Nobody can see it except y'all. Okay? And then you have your personal campaign board. And that's just you, individually. So if Marshall has one, only Marshall can see his people. Okay? So those are your 3 boards. So I've shown you how you select a student, how you manage students. Now let's keep looking up here. Let's look under help. And notice over here you have overview. And you have adding a student manually, assigning a certificate, etc., etc. And you can go in there. Those are tutorials. And you can click them and they'll give you some information. Let's say you have a question for World Bible School about Connect that none of those are addressed. Fine. You go to where it says contact us, type in your name, your email address, and your message. And whatever you want to write to them, it doesn't matter. And you hit send and they will respond to you. I was telling Richard and Lori, and I'm not the smartest guy in the world, and that's okay. I'm not sure why they have mailbox. My daughter-in-law probably does because she is a high-techie. To me, this is redundant in this sense. If you want to compose a message, you hit compose, and voila, you can send it. But if I'm going to send a message to my student, I'm going to go to my students. Well, if I want to message Paul, that's where I'm going to go. I don't know, Lance, can you think of a reason why you would do this? I'm going to put you on the spot. Okay. He doesn't either. So either he's, I'm not going to say him anymore. Anyway. Okay, now, see where it says Jim? You will have your name if you're signed up as a teacher. It'll say Richard, or it'll say Marshall. You know. It'll say Mary, it'll say whoever you are. You have a count. That's just your information. Your name, your address, junk like that. Okay? See? Now, there's not much to it. Now you can update it. Let's say you moved. You want to change your address. Your phone number's changed. You can always update it. You don't have to. Now, World Bible School does not require that you put your address. If you don't put your address, that's fine. Notice here, you can put a profile picture. If you're on the internet and you've done it on Facebook or something like that, you know how to do it. Once again, this is stuff for you old people. And, you know, I'm old enough now, I feel comfortable ragging on old people because I are one, okay? You know, when I was a young preacher and I had a dark beard, I had to tread lightly because you old people can show me the door, right? But anyway, I know typically younger people are more adept at this kind of stuff, and they can show you all this junk. How do I put a profile picture on? And now you don't have to have a profile picture, and a lot of this is just going through it and saying, okay, how do I do contact preferences? How do I do whatever's on there? What else is here? Okay, news. This is another redundancy. Because on the hub, that is the home page, you're going to have the same, these are just news articles. And then you have a course preview. So if you want to see, okay, what has God has spoken all about? This is good news, the lessons. You go there. Okay, log out. I never log out. And I was talking to my daughter-in-law. I said, why would you ever log out? And she said, if you were in a public place. Does that make sense, Lance? Yeah. And so if you're in a public place where other people could see your stuff, you'd log out. Now, it's a piece of cake. I mean, let me just show you, because I can log out here and log right back in. Okay, see it says logged out successfully, so I'm out. One thing I like about the way they set up this system, notice my password's still there. So all I have to do is click submit. I don't even have to remember my password. Now I would suggest that when you get a username and password, you write it down. But pardon me? Well, I'm not going to repeat what he said. It's not worth listening to. Okay.
You'll be sorry if you don't.
Now, that's a broad overview. Okay? Now, some of you, I'm guessing, your heads are spinning right now. No problem. Okay? The learning curve, as I said at the very beginning, is steeper than postal. But I can assure you, and I'm not being humble, okay? I'm not a high-tech person, okay? Yeah, I have a computer and I've got an iPhone and I can do a few things, but I'm not a high-tech person. My daughter-in-law is a hotshot, so she's my software person. Then I got a brother in the congregation who's my hardware guy. And they keep me going. So if I have a question, and I often do, I go to the appropriate person and voila, I'm there. But, and I'm not saying this to sell you or to, I'm just telling you the truth. You're going to find this will be fairly simple. You'll do it a few times. I'll use an illustration with y'all that I used yesterday. You know, I have GPS, as many of you do, on your phones. I travel all the time, and I really like my GPS. Now, going back 20 years, I didn't have that. So, I'm going to Church A in Timbuktu, Alabama, wherever, okay? I'm going to fly in and rent a car, and they're giving me directions. Okay, exit the airport. Turn right on 5th Street. Go down 2 blocks to Highway 67. Go Highway 67 north for 5 miles. Hang a right at exit whatever. You come to some railroad tracks. Cross them. You'll see a 7-Eleven on your right-hand side. Hang a left, etc., etc. And you've got like 18, you know, deals. And you look at that stupid thing, you think, holy moly, you know, I need to go back to school. No, you don't. You need to do step 1, and then step 2, and then step 3, and voila. And I've always done it. I've never gotten lost yet. And I made it. Now, if I went to that same congregation the following Sunday, I'd still have my piece of paper. But I wouldn't look at it for all 18 steps because I would remember some of them. Oh, there's the railroad tracks. Oh, there's the 7-Eleven. By week 3, surely by week 4, I can take my piece of paper and throw it in the trash. That's what you're going to do with Connect or Postal, either one. Yeah, there is a learning curve. The issue is not that after this class this morning, everybody in this room has it down. And you could teach it to someone else. But it is not a steep learning curve. Now, no, I don't need that. You know, really, those are the main things I wanted to share with you. And so we're in good shape. We've got 10 minutes. Do you have any questions? Oh, Carolyn. Hallelujah. How do you get into it? Yeah, you go to www. The question Carolyn asked was, how do you get into this? Go to www.worldbibleschool.net. Yeah, World Bible School, one word. All lowercase. .net. And when you get there, that will be the page that says Become a Study Helper. When you click that, then you will do, there are 4 things that say, I agree, I agree, I agree, I agree. You put your name, your address, your email. Now, and I'm really glad you asked that because it triggered a thought. Your student will not know anything about you beyond what you tell them. When you sign up, like if you were to adopt someone from Kenya, if you don't tell them, the only thing they will know about you is you're from America. They will know that. They won't know you live in Idaho unless you tell them, I live in Idaho. I live in Meridian or Boise or wherever you live. They won't know you're married or single unless you tell them you're married or single. They won't know if you have children or not unless you tell them, well, I have 3 kids and here are their ages. They won't know your they will know zero about you except for what you tell them. Now, when you first adopt a student, there's a place where it says introduce yourself. And what I do when I introduce myself, I'll tell them I live in Garland, Texas, because Garland, Texas has 300,000 people. So they still can't find me. Okay? I mean, I guess they'd go door to door, but it'd take a long time, and they'd have to be lucky. Okay? And I will tell them generally that I do mission work. I will tell them I have a wife, I have 3 children, I have 10 grandchildren. Yeah, stuff like that. Is that a 5-minute bell? Okay. Stuff like that. I'm not going to give them my email address. Now, if you want to, God bless you. I would recommend you do not. And they will never get your email address because everything's over the web, over the internet. The only way they'll get your email address is if you give it to them. The only way they'll get your phone number is if you give it to them. And I would strongly suggest you don't do that. If you want to, God bless you. I mean, that's your call. But that's how that's how you would get into the student board. And once you're into the student board, you'll make the call. Okay, do I want to go worldwide? Do I want to look at everybody? Well, yeah, I'd like to adopt someone in India. Now, one thing I do, I'll go to the worldwide student board and I'll scroll down and find people in Cameroon. Because I work in Cameroon. Because I have a lot of friends in Cameroon. And if they need follow-up, I know who to email. I can email John Claude, and if he's not the guy to actually do the follow-up, he knows who to contact in Cameroon. So I have a reason to do that. And so you can pick anyone you want. If you want someone off the Linder Road student board, that's someone in your area. And seriously, I know y'all can't come back at 4:30, but as many of you as come back, 4:30 is going to be very informative as well. It's going to help you have a better grasp of how you can reach people here. Not in Kenya, not in India, not in the Philippines, but here. And we'll show you a bunch of junk this afternoon. Well, it's not junk, but whatever word you want to use, okay? And so you will choose your students, and then you introduce yourself, and voila, you're off to the races. That was a fairly long answer to a short question, but there you go. Dick. Okay? If you want to, like if Beth wants to do just postal, she just want to do snail mail. Yes, she'll go to net. And it'll say become a study helper. She will become a study helper, even though she never intends to use the internet. She never intends that. But that gives her access to the entire student board. What she will do is she will filter and hit postal. Because she's not interested in John Doe who wants to study by the internet. But she's interested in Jane Doe who wants to study via postal. And all that will come up is postal. Carolyn, you only get 2 questions to class. Okay, what do you got, girl?
Okay, I got all that right. Okay. It is student.
Okay. I'm probably being confusing. The question was, I said don't send your email, then how do they get to you? When you sign up as a teacher, you would give the email address. But that's the World Bible School. No one else sees that. What I was talking about is when you introduce yourself, otherwise you pick George whoever as your student, and it says introduce yourself. Don't tell him your email address. Now, I saw some other hands. I thought maybe I was... Oh, no, you almost bit me.
I'm going to let one of the kids teach me all the internet stuff. Can you filter your search to say students only from a certain country?
No. The question was, can you filter to a certain country? The answer is no. Now what you could do, I'm smiling, under the help where it says where you want to contact WS, you might write them and say, hey, y'all are messed up and you need to put a deal where you can filter by country. I don't know if they did or not, but the answer is no. You can't. So you'd have to scroll down. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Do all whether you're doing the student board or the group board or the traditional campaign board, do all the students filter through the World Bible School?
Oh, yeah. The question was, whichever board you're going through, whether it's the WVS board, the Linder Road board, or your personal board, they all filter through the same lesson.
All filter through the World Bible School.
Yeah, they all filter through World Bible. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, nothing goes outside of World Bible School. Okay, I heard a buzzer. Look, you can ask me questions between now and Bible or worship, after worship, 4:30. Please come at 4:30 if at all possible. I'm going to be here at 6 o'clock to speak about Cameroon. So you got me all day to throw questions at me, and hopefully I can answer them. If I can't, I'll send you to Lori. Okay? Thank you.